Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome to Footy Judge Mo, the last show before the end of the season tomorrow, before Super Sunday, and people are happy. Look at Martin smiling. I love the smile. Martin is very happy, and Martin Arsenal is happy for some reason, even though he knows he's not going to win the league. And of course, Jamie Phillips is here. Of course, guys, big up everybody that joined us. Over 100 people, and we haven't even started yet. Let's get the likes up to 100 right away, guys. Hit that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. What are we talking about? You know what we're talking about. We're talking about second Arteta. Can Arteta do better? We're talking about Jurgen Klopp underachieving this season. And we're talking about, of course, we're talking about Manchester City taking over the world and Pep Guardiola being the best manager ever to be in the Premier League. Or this Man City team is about to be the best team ever in the Premier League. We'll have to talk about that. And also we'll be joined by another guest that haven't joined us in a while, of course. And he's here. I hope that he's not here to wind up people. I hope that he's not
fashionably late.
Mo Salah. He's late, but he's great.
Big up, Mo.
And he's here. Big up, Mo Salah. Big up for being here. Welcome back.
I heard Martin's on the panel. I thought, yeah, you know what? I can't miss this opportunity to have a conversation with Martin. Arsenal Martin, of course. Come on, man. That's my boy right there.
But big up everybody that is here. I don't know, to be honest with you, I just wanted to do this show with the guys, with you guys, to actually talk about what do we expect like tomorrow? How are the feelings gonna be? It's not, we know that Man City will win. We know that Arsenal will win. How are the feelings gonna be? And of course, we have to start with Arsenal because, Footy Judge Mo, it's not going to be a show if I don't talk about Arsenal. You know how it is? If I don't talk about Arsenal. Hit that like button, people. Subscribe to the channel. I know the boxing is about 3 hours. Big up everybody that joined us. Like the video. Let's get to 100 likes. How are the feelings going to be? And I'm going to actually start with Mo Salah, since he has no skin in the game. How do you think the feeling is tomorrow around Arsenal? They're gonna most likely it's gonna come second, of course, unless a madness happen, right? Unless a madness happen, right? And which is, I think, it's a 1% chance. Anything can happen in football. How do you think the feeling in Arsenal fans will be? How do you think that will be?
The thing is, right? The last couple of years, on the last day of the season, Man City have made it difficult for themselves. They've come back from behind twice, I think, in the last few years. Like they don't make it easy for themselves on the last day. And I know everyone's saying they're going to be winning 3-0 in the first 10 minutes, but I do feel like last game of the season, it's going to be tight. And I feel like Arsenal fans are going to be watching that game and it's going to be close, but I do think Man City do eventually win it, but it's not going to be as easy as people are assuming it's going to be, just based on history, in my opinion,
Martin, Manchester City. Marty. Can you call him Marty?
Whatever you want. Tell you what.
Marty.
Call me 4Pete.
4Pete. By the way, I'm gonna just I'm saying it here in Footy Judge Mo. Martin was very humble during the season.
I stopped now.
And then it's gone now. It's gone.
I'm not anymore. Bollocks to it. I took all the shit all season.
Go ahead.
I've got receipts written. They're written and read out. They're on my board.
Give it to us. Give it to us then. Tell us.
No, listen, of course it can be difficult. City have got history of it. We've also, the last time we played West Ham at home, it was a bit of a walkover. It was 2-0 West Ham when we played under Pellegrino. It was just one of them games. It was a bit of a weird one. Would I like us to be 3-0 up by half time? Of course. I would like a last day where I sit back, relax, enjoy the sunshine, sing Bernardo's name, get the Portuguese flags out, got the Brazil flags ready in the background, ready to come out for next season. But no, I'm just, listen, we won it 8 out of 9. I don't think we falter at the last hurdle. Pep Guardiola wouldn't allow them to come out and fail at the last hurdle for me. So I'm not expecting many changes. I expect probably Ortega, the only change. And the 11, the other 10, the outfield players will probably pick themselves. It's a weird one because it's David Moyes' last game as well. Moyes is a weird one. It depends because he might throw a total curveball in and throw Earthy in. brought him off the bench against Luton, he might go, you know what, here we go. Because listen, West Ham have no skin in the game. Win, lose, or draw the 9th. They don't move. They're not overly on a great run. Yeah, so I am quite confident for tomorrow. But listen, strange things have happened. I'm not 100% there, but strange things have happened. But I do think we get over the line.
Martin, if everything goes as expected, if you are to advise Arsenal fans how to feel, how do you think they will feel and how do you think they should feel? The reason why there is already voices starting to say, well, we haven't won, have we?
But
should they be proud or should they, or in your opinion, they fumbled? They missed an opportunity.
No, you don't lose the league by a point or two and then say it's fumbled. No, you don't win your last 7, 8 games and say you've fumbled. It's just Manchester City have done what Manchester City always do the last 3 years, which is just go on a mad one from God knows whenever. You know, I'd love to know what Pep gives them from January onwards. You know, and I know we've all joked about the Liverpool inhalers, but God knows what Pep gives our lot to go from January onwards. But no, I think Arsenal got to be proud. They played some really good football. They've majorly improved. I just think Arsenal, I've got to look at it as part of the process. I know that's not a word that you're going to like. Don't mean that in any way of, you know, process or anything else. I mean, I think 1 or 2 world-class additions. I think Arsenal, you know, can be quite close. Pep's talked about it. You know, once Pep leaves, Arsenal are the team who are in top spot to come in and take over. You know,
so they have to wait until he leaves.
I think
did you see the caveat? Once Pep leave, they are in the place.
No, I do think it'll be City and Arsenal.
It's a good choice of words, though.
Definitely.
No, I do think it will. I've said it. I think Pep Guardiola is the X factor. He is the X factor. Simple as.
I think
because I don't know if he announces it. If he is going to leave, does he announce pre-season?
I actually think he stays until 2027, as you mentioned before. I think so.
That might have changed now, by the way.
It might, unless he has a better offer. But I don't see a team.
No, if he leaves, it'll be for a sabbatical. He isn't going to leave to go anywhere.
All right, that's different. Okay.
He will get another club, but he'll have a year or 2 out.
Go ahead, Salah. You wanted to say something. No, I was going to say I agree wholeheartedly with Martin. I think Arsenal are next up. And I'll even go a step. I mean, I tweeted it the other day and it went quite viral when I said, I'll laugh at Arsenal now when Pep Guardiola leaves, they're going to be dominating the Premier League. But part of me does think that even with Pep Guardiola, I think Arsenal aren't that far behind. Like, if you look at some of the games that they've missed out, like that, I don't think they lost the league title against Villa. I think they lost it in December, where they went about 2 or 3 games, the Champions League as well, where they dropped a few points there. I think Arsenal are not that far behind. And if you look at the general trajectory that Arteta has been on over the last 5 years, every single year his points tally has increased. If he gets even 2 more points this year after a win tomorrow, he'll be on 91 points. I feel like I don't see how much City can improve. If I'm wrong, let me know.
You'll find that in the summer.
Yeah, exactly. But
hold on.
I mean, because
you don't see Man City improving. You don't see Man City improving.
As in, I don't see what you can add to Man City to see them improve. If there is something, please let me.
Do you want me to tell you? I can tell you.
No, forget that.
Bring Punk to right wing back. Bruno Gomes in place of Kovacic.
Okay.
And Danny Olmo or Paqueta will come in for Bernardo.
Yeah, okay, fair play. That's fine. But as in, even that improves City a little bit. I'm saying Arsenal have so much room to improve massively. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel like if Arsenal can bring in like an Isak, for example, that takes Arsenal from an incredible team to arguably the best team. I think with Man City, there's a few things you can tweak to make them even better. Yes, of course. And that's why I was asking that question. But I feel like Arsenal can add 1 or 2 pieces to take them. Like, for example, the Declan Rice signing. That's why Arsenal are where they are. Like, that signing improved them that much. I think 1 or 2 more of those. And even with Pep Guardiola, Arsenal can compete and overtake Manchester City. Because
hold on. You think, Salah, let me stop here. Do you think Arsenal can overtake Manchester City next season?
If Arsenal get Alexander Isak, I think they win the Premier League next year with Guardiola.
I don't know. I don't see the proof in this. Because about the City not getting better. I just don't see, like, for me, I'm going to tell you where Arsenal lost the league.
I phrased it as a question, by the way. I didn't say they can't get better.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know how they can get better. That's all it was. I wasn't saying they can't.
I actually think they can get better. I don't think City have been great this season. Tactically, they have struggled. And with all of this, they haven't lost. Imagine if tactically he is better.
And going to finish top goal scorers of the league, by the way. Sorry, just throw that.
People just don't realize how good Man City. And by the way, Kevin De Bruyne have been injured. The guy came back in February. Haaland missing 2 months, right? John Stones is missing. And I think they're going to account for that next season when they do their summer transfer. They aren't just going to leave it to the chances. I'm not saying Arsenal can't get better. Arsenal can,
of course,
definitely get better. But can they overtake Man City? That's the main question.
I think the issue for
Overtake Man
City,
City is big. Go ahead.
the issue for City is to replace with players that have a higher ceiling than the ones that they already have, because I feel like there's a drop-off generally in the market from where City were when they had, Mahrez, Gundogan, Bernardo, KDB, like all of these guys. It's going to be very hard to drop and pick up someone and drop them into that system. Even like Frimpong, I don't even know if he's an upgrade on Walker. Walker is still a crazy good player. Paqueta I like, but is he better than Bernardo? I don't know. So that's where I think City have you've filled all of your holes, but we haven't really got the 20-goal a season striker that we need. We haven't really fixed our left 8 scenario. We haven't fixed left back potentially. There's a few things which are clearly wrong with this team, which everyone's waiting for us to finish. And, I'm a Formula One fan. And one thing in Formula One is you can do a really great qualifying lap. But once you've done a few laps, it'll tell you what your best sectors are, your times for each. And if you can put your best sector times together, I think Arsenal can compete with Man City while Pep is still there. So if we took our first half from last season, we got 50 out of 57 points. And our second half of this season, we got 52 out of 57 points. So if we can put those 2 half seasons together, that's Centurion pace. So that's pretty much what you've got to be to actually have a chance of winning, because I don't think Pep was at his best this season. I feel like if he'd been pushed earlier on in the season, they would have won more, because that's just how they operate. If people step up, they step up the next level. And it feels like it's kind of like it's smothering you like a blanket. But, I don't want Pep to go. I want to beat him while he's here.
Does anyone think buying an out-and-out striker, Arsenal will have to change the way they play a little bit? Because the way they've set up does suit like the false 9 sort of player in that position. And I just feel like if you go and get an out-and-out striker who will be your main focal point, that'll be your main focal point. I just wonder if that will change the way you play. And the way you play at the moment is bang on. Liverpool, when they're going after City, never really changed the way they played. They just kept that false 9 all the time. And then when they went and changed the way they played, we were worse. I just wonder, everyone keeps going on about a striker. It's not that Arsenal failed to score goals. They scored bundles of goals all over the team. I just wonder if that could be the mistake.
My only answer to that is that we have a style.
Can I respond to that?
I just want to jump on that because it's fresh in my mind. I mean, we're looking to sign a striker right now, and there's a lot of options. But the issue is we don't have a plan B if the plan A is not working in that attacking scenario. We've got Havertz, right? He's doing well. But if Havertz isn't scoring, we can put Jesus there, but he's not really like a great finisher. He's more of a facilitator. We need someone who's kind of like a Haaland that's happy to ride bench half the season and come on when he's needed and get a headed goal off a set piece or something like that. I don't even think Havertz can head the ball very well. I know that Jesus can't, so we need that.
Why do we only think that Arsenal will get better? But the question is,
wait, can I just respond to what the Liverpool brother said real quick?
Jamie,
yes, right. Can I just respond to Jamie real quick? The reason I specifically said Isak was because Isak can do that false 9 role, but he's also one of the most clinical strikers in the Premier League. So he can do both of those things. So he can be that guy that's on the last man to run in behind. But he can also do that Jesus thing where he comes. And that's why I'm specific to Isak. I understand Osimhen is one of the most incredible strikers in the world right now. And but that... or one of the, I mean, he plays for my team, so I'm going to say that. But I'm going to say he's one of the best strikers in the world. And yeah, but that's why I'm not going to say these type of strikers like Tony and stuff like that. The reason I said Isaac specifically is because he can do a bit of both. So Arsenal wouldn't need to change the way they play, but he could also provide something completely different as well by being a focal point number 9, which he can do as well. That's
you're saying it like Isaac's just go to Newcastle, put the bid in and out he walks.
No. That's why
there's no release clause on Isaac.
I'm being very, very specific, bro. That's what I'm saying. If
yeah, no.
That's
Newcastle are selling Bruno. They're not going to sell Isaac at the same time.
Of course.
They're just cutting their
Our top goal scorer this season set pieces with 22 goals. That's the only thing that we've got to compete with, like a Haaland or a Watkins or whatever, right? Our strength comes from diversity of goals, and if we can add an extra tool in the toolbox, I think it's going to help us instead of bringing Nketiah on in the Champions League quarterfinal against Bayern.
I would agree with that. I just want to chip on this because out of all three, I'm the team that has actually done that, where we've gone from false 9 into a main striker. And I know loads of City fans who don't like Haaland over the false 9. For the exact reason you just said, Martin, because you get the diversity of all the goals from all over the place. The opponents don't know who to mark, etc. Once you get that pivotal number 9, Havertz is going to stop breaking in from late to come and score your goals, because his job then changes to providing to the number 9. Because this is the problem. If you go and get a Haaland, for example, a Haaland Best Player, they're not going to sit on the bench. They're going to want to play every single game going into it. So it's a very difficult one. Plus, there isn't really someone
I want to
out there at 50 million quid. We got him at a bargain because of the release.
Sesko is the only one.
Can I pose that question?
And he's not a prolific goal scorer. He's only scored 13 out of 30.
No, but he'll be happy to sit on the bench, and he's 6'5" and he's 20 years old, like ready to.
Then
and he even followed the same
would you need another one on top though? Would you need an Osimhen to go with him?
We need a winger.
I think you need a Martinelli. I think you need to upgrade a Martinelli personally.
They have Trossard and Martinelli. Martinelli is not going to have a shit season like last season again.
Can
I actually pose a question related to this? Can I pose a question to everyone here that is very, very important, I think? Man City fans assume that they will get Bruno Guimaraes because they're going to pay 100 million, right? A release clause.
Which is agreed personal terms.
Do you think it's better for him to go Man City or go to Arsenal?
I think Arsenal.
If I got the chance to play with Pep Guardiola, I'd go to Man City.
Yeah.
Even though you're not guaranteed to start every game.
Yeah, I'm
Have
learning.
you seen the way Bruno's talks about Pep?
But the thing is, I'm
like
learning.
By the way, Bruno Guimaraes is not a young kid. Bruno Guimaraes is 26, 27.
I think
This is his last chance.
Mm-hmm.
Like my point about he can go to Man City and say, I'm going to win trophies, right? But if both Arsenal and Man City offer the same money, should he, based on opinions, I know Jamie thinks he should choose Man City. Martin thinks that. I'm not, but nobody. Why though? Because just to learn from Pep? The guy's 27 already.
Maybe like 26.
So why do you think he should go to Man City, Martin?
Because I think he'll play a lot more than what he would. There's a reason why we've gone to this 3-5-2 with the 2 6s, 2 10s. Basically, what it would be is you remove Kovacic from next to Rodri and put Bruno next to Rodri. Is what would be the swap. Is that me?
I don't think Bruno Guimaraes is better than Kovacic. Actually, just this is my personal opinion.
No, it's the ceiling. You got to remember how old's Kovacic, and you look at the players.
Yeah, Kovacic is older, but Kovacic is a superior player than him.
Danny Olmo's 26. You've got Lucas Paqueta, 26. Bruno Guimaraes.
You're not going to get all of these players. I don't think you're going to get all of these players. I don't think you're going to.
No, we'll get to them.
Yeah.
It's been
and then that goes back to my initial point of how much do these players improve Manchester City? Because Kovacic and Bruno Guimaraes, it's, you know what I'm trying to say, like how much. But then you look at Arsenal and there's so much that they can improve on. Like, for example, if they get Bruno Guimaraes and they play him on the left side of midfield with Rice, Odegaard, and Bruno Guimaraes, that's incredible midfield, and that's a massive.
But that's what we're trying to do with a KD, a Rodri, Bruno, KDB.
Yeah,
no,
I know, but
Kovacic and Bruno is not shabby here.
But the thing is, the gap between Kovacic and Bruno isn't that big, but the gap between like
31, 31, 32.
No, I understand. I'm talking about in terms of quality, though. I'm talking about like Man City won't look any more different with Bruno than they do with Kovacic, is the point I'm trying to make. Like it's a pretty lateral in terms of upgrade. It's pretty lateral.
It's about that. It's about
the future. I get it. No, I understand. I understand. But I'm talking about competing for the title next year. It's you pretty much stay the same. But then if Arsenal get Bruno Guimaraes now, on the other hand, that makes them so much better than they are now. That's the point I'm trying to make.
That I don't
How is Martin telling me
to improve in your mind?
How is Martin telling me Bruno Guimaraes is gonna go to Manchester City to learn from Pep, but he's thinking Pep might leave next season?
No. Hang on. That's right. So I want to know. So who does City sign to improve then? Or do you not think City can improve?
The point I'm trying to make is I think City have the best player in the world in almost every single position. So there's very few players that they can bring in.
No, we don't. We've been told crap all season.
That's my opinion. I think
you said we were crap on the last show I did with you.
I was trying to wind you up. It's different.
We'll carry on. I won't get into bringing the switch in.
I mean, like, who can you bring in to improve on Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, Diaz, Ake? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's very few players in the world.
Few, like Musiala, maybe. I've heard names.
Can I actually? Nobbins. I'm gonna tell you why. Nobbins answered it. I think this is what Nobbins is talking about. You know the difference between Kovacic and Bruno Guimaraes is that when Rodri needs rest or rotation, Bruno Guimaraes can play the six. That's a very something that we forgot. Bruno Guimaraes is not only can play next to Rodri, he can actually be the six in the Man City system. While Kovacic cannot. Right. Nunes cannot.
Yeah,
but the only one who did, by the way, the only one who did this is the only one who is able to do that is Gundogan. However, I'm going to counter this and say one thing. Bruno Guimaraes looks like a good player. However, playing for Manchester City as a lone six against teams that counter EU requires a little bit of speed and smart. And I don't think Bruno Guimaraes is similar to Jorginho in the transition. They aren't very good defensively. Bruno Guimaraes tackles people, gets yellow cards, does all of this. I don't think Bruno Guimaraes is the guy. If Man City is pushing 8 players forward and leaving 2 center backs and a counter attack happens, I don't think Bruno Guimaraes is the guy to stop it. Rodri is, Declan Rice is. That's what, by the way, that's why Man City wanted Declan Rice. And I'm not sure what you guys are. You guys texting in the chat or something? I don't know what it is.
No, I'm not.
He's asking Nobbins on the show, and then Nobbins said he was 10 points deep. So I just said we need to see that because that would be hilarious. But last time you asked him, he was naked. So I don't know. It's dangerous with Nobbins.
No, listen, I understand.
But I actually think that one of the things is that Bruno Guimaraes goes to Man City. Is he guaranteed a starting place? Because we need to remember that Manchester City signed Matthias Nunes. Manchester City signed Kovacic. Manchester City might sign Paqueta. They still have Foden. Doku is going to develop to be a starting point.
Just shut up shop.
Say that again?
Do you know what's to sign anyone? We'll just shut the shop up.
No. I think you need a left winger for Jack Grealish. You need a definitely replacement for Kyle Walker at right back, which is Frimpong. You definitely need someone to cover. However, it was supposed to be Kovacic or Nunes, though.
You got Savio.
You got Savio as well. So,
well, we don't know Savio's done.
Buy them all. Just get them all.
I don't understand what this is.
Their squad's just going to be mental if they get
this all just goes back to the point that I said right at the beginning. Like, you can get all of these players in, but how much does it improve Manchester City? Like, how great? I mean, they're already such a good team.
No, I think next season they improve tactically, not personnel-wise. There's one position that we can improve.
That's fair.
Tactically, they can be way more stable than this season. Also, the left winger, because Jack Grealish isn't cutting it. And Doku is going to play right
wing. Is that a joke? He's not cutting it? Like, he's not cutting it? Yeah. Anyway.
There we go.
Okay, I'm not going to go into Jack Grealish. Okay, Martin.
Jack Grealish upset you?
For the last time, Martin, for the last time, is Jack Grealish going to be your starting left winger next season, like what he did last season?
It'll be interchangeable because we're not going to have wingers like wingers. See, we need to stop calling City's wide men wingers. They're not wingers.
Oh,
we need to cut this winger stuff out.
Doku's a winger.
Doku is a pure winger.
Okay.
Genuine.
I'm going to
wingers
Thank you, Martin. This is my whole point here. Do you think Frimpong and Gavardio, what are they? What are they best at?
And can I tell you, Martin, something? Frimpong cannot do the job that Kyle Walker does because Frimpong is more.
Have you not watched him for Leverkusen on the?
I watch. He's a more an offensive right back. Kyle Walker is more of a defensive
Again,
right back.
because we're not going to play wingers, Mo. You'll have your two fullbacks go in.
All right, we'll see. My point is,
We've done it for the last 5 games.
But again, you have to remember this. Kyle Walker is one of the main pillars in Man City's defensive shape. Main pillars on the transition, on the counter attack, stopping wingers, last one in every single set piece. Is Frimpong gonna? And by the way, Kyle Walker is more of a defensive right back than an offensive right back, and that's why he can be a right wing back. Is Frimpong gonna be this guy for you? Do you think so, or is it gonna be interchangeable between Kyle Walker and him?
But look, listen, there's some City fans who want Kyle Walker out the door, mate.
Well, really?
A lot of City fans who want Kyle Walker out the door. Nobbins in the chat, he'll tell you that. Massive, there's been agendas on Kyle Walker this year. But for me, I want Kyle Walker to stay. I don't think he's been as bad as some people have proclaimed him to be. The idea of the 2 full wing backs is you then turn into a back 3. So your back 3 would then be, for example, Ake, Stones Diaz, Ake, Stones Walker, whatever you want to do. And then there's a difference between this 3-5-2 in and out of the ball possession. There's a very different way of doing it. It's like your 2 6s. Technically, one becomes a standing 6. One, Rodri then gets allowed to go and do the so-called Gundogan role. You know, KDB, it's a very interchangeable thing. People forget, and I've said this a massive times, there's going to be a lot more games next year. There's more Champions League games and everything else. They're talking about doing the Carabao Cup in the same week as Champions League games. You've got that stupid Club World Cup in the summer where we're going to have to go and play 12 games or whatever it is.
Yeah, you're going to the Club World Cup.
It's getting really stupid now with the amount of games that's going on. Where I think in a year or two, I think, you know, that 25-man squad rule, I think that will get scrapped soon. Or they'll make it bigger. They're going to have to.
It'll be 30 in a couple of years.
They're going to have to do. They cannot keep this just 25-man and that's it. Because too many. You look at I think the percentage of injuries is up by about 30% this year across the board. It's mad.
But then there's a question of who can afford to fill their teams with that much quality. I think what Martin was saying about his signing.
Bring in the anchor, isn't it? This is where this bloody anchor comes.
That's what I wanted to say about. Agree with you on your signings that there aren't these like individualists anymore. People are much more multi-role. You know, they've got to do this and they've got to do that. The best part about squad building is you've got to take 2 of your players, get rid of them, and you buy 1 player that can do both. And that's how you keep building like capability and more like adaptability into the squad. Makes you harder to play.
Okay, can Arsenal battle that then?
Yeah.
We have to do the same. I mean, we're doing the same thing.
Do you know, Arsenal for me need 2 top world-class players, like I said, game changers. Your De Bruyne's or your Haaland, someone when you're like in a Villa and the game's a bit sticky, they're not that you need that one player who can be crap for 80 minutes, and then for 10 minutes you're like, wow, won is the game or drawn is the game, whatever. You need that one person or 2. They also need to look at the bench as well, but they'll do that. They're going to sell players to bring players in. Don't forget they've had Timber out for all season. Timber's going to come back, which will be an addition into the squad.
Yes.
He'll probably play left back as well.
Well, that's virtually like a brand new signing straight away from.
There's one player that Arsenal there's one player that Arsenal have always been linked with, which like I completely understand, and it fits the profile that Man City Martin just explained. The Rafael Leao on the left wing to Arsenal would be absolutely insane. Number 1, because he is the most significant upgrade on Martinelli. And number 2, because he is that type of player. He is that type of player that might be terrible for 89 minutes, but then have 1 minute of absolute quality where he'll run past 3 players, cut it back to the striker, or score a goal out of nothing. And that's why I think that's the difference, I think, that remains between Manchester City and Arsenal. Because Arsenal, if you look at their squad, they've got maybe 1, which is Bukayo Saka. Man City have like 6. Rodri can do it now. Haaland can do it. De Bruyne can do it. Phil Foden can do it. There's so many of these guys, and that's the difference. So I think even though we're saying Arsenal can improve here and there, I think that's going to be the main thing. If you want to compete with City, you're going to need to play. Like when Liverpool were competing, they had Sadio Mane that could do it. They had Mo Salah that could do it. Firmino could create really, really well as well. So that's what you need to. So as great as Arteta is, and as amazing as he's built this team to be so functional and do everything, there's gonna be times where you need to unlock a game, and that's when individual quality needs to
That's
be
what, yeah, that's
needs
what I
to be
mean.
on show.
I think
Because
if you look at
Arteta
our bench,
can't be on the pitch. You know what I'm trying to say? Arteta can't do it all, so he's gonna need one day he's just gonna need to, like the Aston Villa game, for example, when it was stalemate for about 80 minutes, and you're like, okay, please, this player do this for me, and you're going to need multiple of those if you want to compete.
That's what Declan Rice thing was talking about when he made that comment of, if you can't win the game, don't lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it steady. And the other thing, and you're not going to like this, but this is just factual, is we went through it for 2 years until this season. Is like, Matt, you've been quite low and you've been quite lucky on your injuries this year. I think you need 2 or 3 more players, squad depth wise, who are better than what you've got. So better than a Smith Rowe, better than a Nketiah.
El Neni, Cedric, we've got like 9 players that are all going, right? So we've got to make sure that our bench, those players on our first 11 become our bench players, basically, as we start to like trying to, spend on quality rather than trying to get a $20 million gem and turn them into something useful. But yeah, we need game changers. I think that's why we're not going to spend 100 million on a striker, because there's no striker worth 100 million. So if we can spend 50 million and then maybe 100 million on a winger like Liao or some real game-changing talent that's going to back Saka up and do all these kind of things. Our whole squad needs support.
Would João Neves, because I know you've been linked with João Neves and we were, because I'm honest with you, out the two, I think João Neves is an absolute gem of a footballer.
Oh, yeah.
He's 19. The guy runs the Benfica midfield on his own at 19, which is just outstanding.
I'd like to see him or Frankie de Jong, like that kind of level of introduction could really give us a lot of.
We'd all love a bit of Frankie, but none of us are whapping down 800 grand a week on wages.
Oh man, what one of my favorite players.
None of us are whacking the Frankie de Jong
wages. Man, one of my favorite.
The thing is, we've only got one chance to get this right. We've got one shot. We've been working all this time for this transfer window to like spend big on your attackers, and if we get it wrong, we're not like Man City. We actually have to sell these players and try and like fund it again. So if Arteta gets this wrong, he's going to get sacked.
What you do, Martin? Don't fall in that trap. We've won the
sacked.
next pen trophy for 4 years.
What's that?
City have sold £200 million worth of players every summer.
Yeah, but you guys have a special
because you have Pep Guardiola, because everybody wants to buy the Man City.
No. Martin said they'll get one chance. They can't do what City do, spend and then get it wrong, spend again.
But you got Matthias Nunes and Kovacic, and it's not working out. You're going to get Bruno Guimaraes and Paqueta. Well, who does this?
Sorry, Mo. Bernardo Silva's probably leaving. You're talking like there's.
I've heard that every year for 5 years.
No, honestly, there's a big thing planned tomorrow. There's the big goodbye plan for him tomorrow at the stadium.
Okay.
And apparently he's now told, because he's got the release clause this time. He asked for the release clause.
Tell him he's got to go. No changing his mind.
But the thing is, Barcelona can't afford him anyway. Even if there is a release clause, Barcelona can't afford him. That's the only team he's been seen to link with.
But Man City will give up players for free to Barcelona. Like
I'm telling you, next season starts. There is a short player, left-footed, that keeps dribbling, and then he's gonna take off the mask, and it's Bernardo Silva again.
Hey, if you're upset with it, I won't tell you what's the plan for next summer. Because you really
anyway, guys, there's over 500 people here, and we aren't even on 200 likes. Come on, people, hit that like button. Also, the guys' channels are in the description. Jamie and Mancunian Way, of course. Ammar is saying West Ham have 4th worst defense. It's going to be a walk in the park. You have any hope, Martin? Yes or no? No.
I think it's going to be like the Spurs game where all their fans want to lose, and Paqueta is going to be high-fiving with Pep at halftime, and it's going to be an embarrassing. The only hope is Bowen or Antonio doing something crazy on their own. Maybe Kudus, someone going against the script.
Didn't David Moyes say we couldn't beat their under-14s team? So
yeah,
it's over.
They haven't got kites
Are people not to acknowledge that Kovacic has been a good signing? He has been a good signing. He started almost all big games and been very good in the title running. For the price they got him, I always rated Kovacic. Since his time at Inter, when he went to Real Madrid, went to Chelsea, I always rated Kovacic. He's a very good player. Very good addition. It takes time to adapt to Pep Guardiola's team and the way he plays, right? Because it's different than any other system, unless you're coming from Arsenal. Unless he takes Declan Rice or Odegaard or Bukayo Saka. Bukayo
Come and get
Saka
'em.
would, bro. Bukayo Saka would suit Man City to the T. The
No, they
way
don't
he
need him.
keeps
They've
the
got
ball.
Foden.
Oh my!
No, I'm not sure he would.
Bukayo Saka has been like keep the ball.
That's not me saying Saka's shit, by the way. I'm saying he's because
Hey, Saka is shit. He's not in
No,
the
but-
team of the year. He's not a player of the year.
Yeah,
shout.
Congratulations, Phil Foden winning Team of the Year. Is anybody?
Yeah,
disagree
apparently
with-
we've no fans, but all our fans voted. But we've no fans. So, but Foden won the vote. Explain
Is
that one.
that a vote? Fans vote?
Yeah, that was the fans vote one. Yeah, one.
You know, rivals vote for City players too, just so Saka won't get it, right?
Oh,
No, that Rise don't get it.
Yeah, but-
I think that's a given, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Foden's been better in Saka this year anyway, so I don't.
No,
see the
has he
problem.
better?
Yeah, he
has
has,
he
yeah.
better than Declan Rice, though?
Yeah,
I'm going with the
I
Saka's
think
not a
I
good
think Cole
player,
Palmer's
but
been the
no
best player in the Premier League
player.
personally, but that's just me.
yeah.
Also, it didn't make any sense to me that actually Cole Palmer won Young Player of the Year, who Foden was in that category, and then in the Player of the Year, Foden won it. That doesn't make. That tells me that all these things are just.
A young player year's a joke, though. I mean,
It's
everyone
all a
should be
joke.
21 and under.
But anyway, like this
whole
Arteta
thing.
thing, Martin Arsenal, of course. Sack Arteta. He hasn't won. If he doesn't win, when does it
Yeah.
stop?
Idiots, absolutely.
But hold on, I see their points though. When does
Do you
it
agree with
Impossible.
them?
You can't. There's
do-
no
I do-
justification. I'm sorry. There's
There is a
no
justification.
justification. I'm gonna
There
let
is a
Martin speak. But
justification.
no, there isn't. No, there is not.
There is.
There's
But you
no
don't want to
just.
hear
I'm
it.
sorry. There
You
is
don't
no
want to hear it.
justification.
You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it.
I'll listen to you. I'll put the microphone down. I'll go on
I'm
mute and
gonna,
I'll
no,
listen.
no,
to
no,
what you
no, no, no. I need the
Go on.
microphone because I'm gonna ask you questions, right? I'm gonna ask. No, I need the microphone.
Go for it. Ask me any
Is
question you want.
Arsenal
I'm here for it.
is Arsenal a big club?
Massive,
Yes, it is.
biggest
Okay,
in the
massive
world.
club.
Should their target always be winning?
To an
Or-
extent, yes, but there's
No,
context. But there's
Aha.
we don't want trophies.
Yeah,
See?
there's,
See?
no. There's context.
No, I'm gonna.
There's-
No.
there's
I'm gonna give you
There's context.
the context. I'm gonna give you the context.
Go on, go for it.
Aston Villa. Okay. Do we think Aston Villa this season overachieved or underachieved?
Over.
I think they achieved moderately.
Okay. So
They
the
achieved
target.
the
So
expectations.
Aston Villa's target
yeah.
isn't winning the Premier League.
No,
not
it's
yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Right.
Not yet.
Okay. Is
Mhm.
Brighton target is to win the Premier League? No.
No.
Is Arsenal target to win the Premier League?
In the last 2 years, yeah.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
Liverpool
Not
target
even
to
last.
win the Premier
Even
League?
even last
as
year, it
a
wasn't their
club.
target
No,
to
no,
win
no,
the
no.
Premier League.
By the
They-
way, I am not saying
even-
as a club. By the way,
Okay,
I'm not
Mo,
gonna
Mo,
go.
you're being shameless. You're being shamed. Okay, question.
I
Is
am
Man
not
United
being
target to
shameless.
win the Premier League? You're being silly. Because
Oh, yes.
teams are at different stages. Just because
Uh-huh.
the name
Okay.
Man United.
Now
teams are at
we're
different
getting
stages.
places, Habibi. Now we're getting places. So
I
you
knew
think
where you were
Arsenal?
going.
So
You're going
you
into
think?
this season one
do you
trophy.
think
Come on,
Setting a
Arsenal-
trap.
I know where we're going.
So you
Jamie, get
think
ready. You've had a better
Arsenal?
season.
Okay, let me just talk to Mo Salah here. So you think Arsenal target now is still in a process, is improvement?
No. I think Arsenal's target should be
It's-
to win the Premier League. 100%. I agree
Alright.
with you.
Okay.
I agree.
When
They're
does
at
it?
that
Can I
stage
ask
now.
you something? When does it
Mm.
stop? When does it stop? When
Bro,
does the target, if you miss it,
You know
you
what
fail?
the craziest thing
League.
is? You know what the maddest thing is? Do you know where this quote? I've heard this exact same quote from before. When Lee Gunner was on this post, he asked me, "When does the process finale happen?" You're sounding exactly like these Arsenal guys
No.
now.
I
And
am.
let me
By the way,
explain-
I
let
am.
me-
I
okay,
am
no, well,
presented.
let me-
By the way,
let me
I
answer-
did.
let me
Can
answer.
you just before you do, because
Tell
I
him,
did a,
Salad.
hold on. I did a show this morning solo, and I had a lot of arguments with Arsenal fans in the chat because I
You're not the
believe
smartest group
Arteta
in the
did.
world, though. We know this. Carry on.
Let me finish. I actually think, for logistics reasons and for a lot of reasons at the current moment, Arsenal should not sack Arteta, not because he succeeded, but because I believe, this is my last say about this, I believe there is no one in the market currently, right, that will get Arsenal a better place next season than Mikel Arteta. That's why they should keep him. Not because he won, not because he's the
One
greatest coach
second.
on earth,
One
not because
second.
of anything.
Let me respond to that, specifically that point. There's no manager in the world that can come in, forget available or not available. There's no manager in the world that can come in, and because Pep Guardiola's on the other side, right? It's nothing to do with Arteta. Brother, if a manager is getting 89 points and not winning the Premier League and they miss out on 2 points, you think a manager is going to come in to get those 2 extra points, especially when there are clear gaps in the squad and the team? Of course not. I'll tell you when you sack Arteta. You sack Arteta when there is no clear gap in that team and they still they lose the title by about 10 points. Arsenal are neck and neck with Manchester City. This Manchester City super team, Arsenal have been
they are
neck
not
and neck.
super though.
Bro, listen, I didn't disturb you. Don't disturb me. In my opinion, honestly speaking, I think the only reason this Arsenal team are even in this conversation is because of Mikel Arteta. This Arsenal team, this squad have no business competing with this Man City team. Let me explain something to you and let me ask you a question. Do you remember this the super team of Liverpool, when it was Liverpool and Manchester City that were the 2 best teams in the world? How many of this Arsenal team get into that Liverpool team that were competing with Arsenal? That Liverpool team that managed to win 1 Premier League in 5. How many of this Arsenal team gets into that Liverpool team? I tell you, maybe 2 or 3. That's how far behind this Arsenal squad is behind the Manchester City squad.
Nobody.
Can I just ask if anyone thinks we should sack Arteta? Just raise your hand.
No, not me.
No,
How many managers are out there in the world of football that can beat Pep or compete with Pep? Get on the level with Pep. Like 3?
We'll
And
never
2 of them
know
are
until
maybe
they
washed
took
up?
over the squad. We'll never know until they
The
took
only,
over
the
the
only
squad.
thing,
How-
the only thing
I'm gonna give you names.
have
I'm
one
gonna
point.
give you
I just have
names.
one
I'm gonna
point.
give you names. Martin, I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
names. Zabi Alonso just did an invincible season on
Out of
course.
here. Get out of here. This
Can
is
you
this
wait?
is the comparison
wait?
that annoys me.
Can you wait?
Doing it in
Can
the
you wait?
Bundesliga and doing it.
Can
bro,
you wait?
Bro, can I explain something to you? Can I
No,
explain
no,
something to
no,
you?
no.
please?
I don't want to hear your
Doing it in the
explanation.
Come on,
No,
man.
no. I want you to let me
leave it alone.
talk.
Oh my
I want you
goodness.
to let me talk first, and then you answer. I want you to let me talk first. We will never know, Martin. The answer to your question, Martin, is we'll never know until they try.
Well,
But
how many
there
people
are.
have beat
But
Pep so
hold
far?
on, hold
3
on,
managers.
hold on, Martin. But there are indications to give these people a trial. What I mean by that is that there is no reason for us to assume that Pioli is going to take this Arsenal team to the top. However, there are indications that Inzaghi from Inter can actually match what Arteta is doing, right? But is it practical? We don't know until he manages in the Premier League. There are indications that Xabi Alonso can actually do wonders with this Arsenal team. Did we test him in the Premier League? He might come and fail, but the indications say that there are managers out there, couple of them, that can come to this Arsenal team and do exactly what Arteta's doing. But we will never know until Arsenal try. My reasoning for not sacking Arteta and trying something else is that because these managers aren't available. It's not because of Arteta's doing a magnificent job. He's doing a good job, right, with the team he has. He improved the squad. He's doing a fantastic job going neck to neck with the City team. Fantastic job, right? But when does it stop? What if Pep renews until 2027 and Arteta doesn't win it for the next 3 years? When do we say, stop, try another guy?
When you're in the biggest and the hardest league, wait. Let me talk for my team, because I know everyone likes to tell Arsenal fans what to do and we just sit there and take it. And I'm not one of those guys, right? The thing about Arsenal is that we don't sack managers a lot. We kept Wenger for 22 years, right? It's not a thing that we do. Even if 12 years of failure doing nothing, it's not a thing that we do very often. Now, the amount of managers out there that I think that can compete with Pep are like, you can count them on your hand. And the amount of managers that know Arsenal Football Club, captained Arsenal Football Club, got managed under Wenger, is literally one. Like, there's only one option for us. And no other team in world football can actually say that they have a Pep challenging manager that came from their club. So I think that that's completely ignored and how rare it is. I know you don't rate it, Mo, because you want to sack managers to win every season. But anyway, let me finish. What he's done with this squad is the blueprint for every other club in world football right now. It's not taken into account because he hasn't won a trophy, but he took our squad, deleted 30 players, spent $590 million, and turned it into a $1.1 billion valuation. That's actually like a tangible value to the club. It's doubling the asset instead of going the other way where we take expensive assets and make them worthless. He's doing the things which behind the scenes are intangible, invaluable. He's created a culture. He's reconnected the fans with the club. We've actually got atmosphere in the stadium. There's all these things that aren't trophies, which are there, which people have to look at if they want to actually value it. If they want to say, what has he won? An FA Cup, it was Emery, sack him. It's like the most disingenuous conversation ever.
No, but to be fair, you did sack Emery for that reason.
Emery lost the dressing room. So he can't be like he have to be sacked, right?
Yeah, Emery came in after Wenger. It was always going to be difficult, let's face it. But look, what with
I
Arsenal,
don't think Emery was backed as much as he could have been. I'll give you
No,
that.
exactly.
I think he's a good coach. I think he's a
well,
good coach.
you swapped
Not
you
for
swapped the
Arsenal.
you swapped the owners around after Emery left as well, didn't you? I mean, look with Arsenal, though, when does the process stop? Because it's a process till you start winning things, correct? And you look at the way Arteta's built now, and you just said you got a £1 billion squad now.
Yeah.
Next season, in my opinion, Arsenal have got to win things.
Sure.
They got
to
do better in Europe because they failed in Europe so far under Arteta. Domestic cups are important. I don't care what anyone says. People try and milk them off that they're nothing.
Absolutely.
Tell Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, and Jurgen Klopp that they're useless. They're great trophies to have. Also, if you want your club to be one of the greatest ever, you want a big honours list, so they all count. And also, players get a sense of winning. Players get a sense of winning as well. So, with all this in thing, I think obviously Arteta's doing a great job, and I don't think there's a person around. Don't think otherwise. He's doing a tremendous job. He's one of the best coaches. He's one of the best coaches in England without a shadow of a doubt. But next season is the task. Next season, I believe with everything everyone's saying, £1 billion squad process, they got to start winning trophies. And compete at the same time. Because if you look at the Liverpool team that competed with City, we didn't win the Premier League, finished 97 points. We won the Champions League. The next time we competed with City for the title, we won the domestic double. This season, we tried to compete, but we still won the Carabao Cup. So you can do both. And I think that's just what I want to see from Arteta in it.
I think what we've learned this season is that the title race starts in September, and there's no way to just sleepwalk your way through half the season and then go, all right, now we're going to start trying, right? And that goes for all the trophies too. And I hope that with a fuller squad that we can actually field a B team that can win a game against West Ham or something, right? But yeah, sorry, I'm going to let Salad go. I cut him off a few times.
No, the point I was trying to make again is, do you know? Sorry, I forget your name again. Liverpool fan. Sorry,
Jamie.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, man. No, his name Jamie. Yeah.
Oh, you in the red shirt.
Sorry.
Mate. Wait,
I don't want to be
How
rude.
hard is it to know his name is Jamie? There's only 5 of us.
Sorry, man. Sorry. It's my first time. I haven't done this in like 6 months. Please forgive me. I barely know your name anymore.
I know.
No, you know how
I've been
Jamie
trying
said.
to get it.
Jamie said they won the Champions League. They did the domestic double and all of those things. This just goes back to my point of Liverpool having a much better squad than this current Arsenal team. They had the best goalkeeper in the world, the best centre back in the world, one of the best right backs in the world.
True.
Arguably the 2 best attackers in the world at the time. CDM, Fabinho, one of the best CDMs in the world at the time. Wijnaldum was fantastic for you guys. Henderson, Elida. So I said Fabinho.
No, I mean Fabinho.
Exactly. So everyone's expecting so much. I mean, everyone's expecting so much from this Arsenal team. But then you compare it to the teams that competed with City and this City team, then they're so far behind. And the fact that they even competing, bro, they're competing with players that are nowhere near the quality of that Liverpool team that competed. If we're being completely honest, there's no Sadio Mane, there's no Mohamed Salah, there's no Virgil van Dijk, even though Saliba can get there. Trent Alexander-Arnold from right back is one of the most creative players in the entire world. Robertson was the best left back in the world for a minute. Joel Matip that was playing with Van Dijk. And I hate Liverpool. Everyone knows this. But they were one of the best teams in the world. Right? And so the fact that people are saying Arteta has to win something, brother, that team is not good enough to even be where they are now. And that's just the point I'm trying to make.
Whoa.
No, I get it.
You just countered yourself. You know that you just scored an own goal. If that
Go for it. Tell me.
Sorry, Martin. Can I say something, Martin?
Yeah, go.
Martin? And then if that team is not good enough to be where they are, he failed because he has been here 4.5 years and he failed.
Oh my goodness.
He spent the money and he failed to build it.
I love what he says.
The reason they're where they are is because
I am opposite to you. I actually think this team is a very good team, an excellent team at the current moment. That's why they were able to beat Liverpool, Manchester City, Man United home and away. This is an absolutely fantastic team. That's down to his job. For you to
listen,
say it's not good enough to be here, that means he failed spending 700
Bro,
million
listen,
4.5
okay,
years.
No. Okay, that's
590.
wonderful. Now, give me a list of the
yeah,
amount of Arsenal.
don't start
Now,
that.
give me a
You
list.
grow up in there.
This wonderful team that beat Liverpool, that did all of this. List me the number of players from this team that get into that Liverpool team. Please go for it. I'll sit and wait. Go on.
I think Odegaard. I think Saliba
Okay.
would get over on the right
Okay.
side for them.
Yeah.
So what?
Okay.
700
And also, you
million on
gotta,
that. Hang on, no,
I'm
this is
gonna
what
continue with
700
one more
million on
thing
there.
that he doesn't understand. That Mo Salah doesn't
You
understand.
spent money.
The fact,
Everyone spent money.
by the way,
Yeah,
if
but
you
most I was
count,
talking about look like your Brighton and Hove Albion
Guys,
down there.
No,
Yeah, but you have to overspend
is-
everyone else to catch
money-
up, right?
money-
Like how much?
hold on, can we not speak over each other?
Spending money is different, but carry on. Let's go. Go on, Mo.
I want to say
I still
one
want-
thing. I'm gonna let Martin go. But I'm gonna say one thing. By the way, even that Liverpool team was built with a lot of individual brilliance. This Arsenal team is not brilliant because of the individuals. However, the individuals put in a system together that works. The fact that Ben White can do his role.
Who built the system? Whose system is it? That's the point I'm trying to make. These players look good.
Everyone
That's
in the chat
literally the point I'm
corrected
trying to
me.
make.
590 million pounds. Fine. Okay, great. That's still a lot of money. Mo Salah, the fact that he built it, right? That he built it with this, right? That means the team is ready now. Do you believe the team is ready now or not?
I don't think they're ready. No, of course not. I think there's still one or two.
Right.
There's still a game changer away, and there's still a few pieces. Bro, their squad is terrible. Their bench is atrocious. People say they spent 700 million. Can I explain, please? 700 million
590.
spent is different. Whatever you want to call it, we'll call it 700. 700 million to revamp an entire squad is completely different to Man City spending 700 million, where they're building on Haaland, building on.
No, I'm not doing this. No, I'm not doing this. Bollocks. No, bollocks. I'm not doing this.
Different.
No,
One second, please let me finish. And this is again
why Martin, you can respond. Martin,
can I carry on? No, I haven't even finished. Respond to what? I haven't even finished. And it's the same thing I said when I was defending. It was the same thing when I was explaining why I think what Jurgen Klopp has done was so big, because Jurgen Klopp had to revamp an entire squad. You're revamping 23 players. When Pep came in, he already had Vinny Company, he already had Aguero, there was already David Silva, there was already Company and Yaya Toure. Stuart Downing and Charlie Adams were who Klopp needed to replace to build these things. So 700 million on top of Man City is different to 700 million starting from scratch. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Sorry, all right. Do you want me to name the place? Hang on, Salah, because I was there. I watched it. Right? I'll tell you who Pep had. Bakary Sagna. Remember him? Remember him? Alexander Kolarov. Remember him?
He was fantastic. What are we doing here?
Hang on a minute. No, my point is,
Zabaleta is one of the best Premier League right backs of all time. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
That team had won the league already, right?
These are all players that probably
Can I speak? Because you had a go at me when I punked. You now shut your lips and let me respond now.
I mean, but if you're just going to lie,
you've been so disingenuous. I'm not being a lie.
Wait, Mo Salah, wait. Can you wait?
I'm not going to be a lie because I watched it live. I was there and watched it go on. I remember what was being said. 50 million on Walker, 40 million on this fullback. We had no goalkeeper, right? Remember Joe Hart? See ya. Bakary Sagna was not good enough. He was too old. Pablo Zabaleta, world class, but was too old. Was about 33 years old at the time. Would come to the end of his time.
Yes.
Right?
All of this is right. Go ahead.
Did you
Alexander
sell these guys? Or did they just retire?
No, they were too old. These guys were too old. Joe Hart was garbage.
Our whole backline had to be totally
Zabaleta, Gal Clichy. Was Gal Clichy still there?
Thank you. Was another one that we had. So,
yeah, but Martin, the others were very good.
Not shaking your head. Tell me where I'm wrong.
Okay, but the others, the Vincent Company, the David Silva, the Kevin De Bruyne. Hold on, let me finish. Salah, I have a
completely
but the
missing
problem
the
is
point I'm making.
You still have
naming players.
Martin.
You're missing the point, though.
To be honest,
these were in our first team. We're in our first team.
Yeah, but you had really about 3-4 world-class players at that time. Not world-class, very good players that Pep took them to the next level. Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, Aguero, if I remember correctly.
But where did City finish in their first season under Pep?
Third.
Right. But we had this world-class squad.
Because the rest of them was not
It was
great.
a team that won the Premier League the year before that, though.
under Pellegrini.
Bro, the point I'm making is there was a
Pellegrini.
foundation there.
We had Jesus
the money
Navas.
was
Martin,
built on
Martin,
top
you
of the
can't-
foundation that was
and
already
the
there.
Come on.
Hold on, guys. Martin, we cannot say that the place Arsenal started from is the same as the place that Man City. You can't say the same.
I'm not saying
Okay,
that.
so we agree on
That
this.
wasn't
Then.
my point.
Okay,
The point
we
is
agree on
that
this.
I won't tell us like, we had this world-class squad when Pep walked in.
Not world class, but you
We
had the really
didn't.
good
I'm not
pieces to
saying
build
that. I'm
on.
saying there was already incredible players there. The point I'm trying to
Yes.
make is there was already a fantastic foundation in place. Arteta and Jurgen Klopp had to build the foundation from scratch. They had to literally uproot what was there and build the foundation.
Sell their
At
best
least
player,
Pep had
right?
some serviceable, very good pieces. That was
Liverpool had the
What do you mean?
worst
Pep had a serviceable team.
No,
There
no,
was
I'm
a
talking
team
about
there
Liverpool. They
already.
had
There was-
Mane, they had Firmino.
Not when
They sold
Are you
Coutinho, right?
stupid? Are you just
No,
making
no,
things
no,
up?
They had
we-
Coutinho,
Mane
no,
was
they had
his first
Coutinho.
we had
signing.
Coutinho,
They had
Coutinho,
Jordan Henderson,
we had
who was
Jordan
still
Henderson,
young and running.
we had Joe
My
Allen,
point is, okay, just to finish this thing,
Mignolet.
the point, just to make, and I think everybody here
Okay,
agrees, the
okay.
point that Arteta started from is way worse than everyone else.
Yeah, no one's saying that.
Okay. So we all agree that he's starting from a way worse point than everyone else.
Who
But
did?
Arteta.
No, Klopp did with Liverpool.
No.
By a mile.
Absolutely not.
Go and look at Klopp's first 11 that he had in charge.
To be fair, I agree. I think Klopp started in a much
Guys,
worse
Klopp,
look
okay,
at-
so can
I-
we
By
name
the
the
way,
players?
can I just
Okay, hold
name
on. Let me finish this. I'm sorry, because here is Jurgen Klopp. Can we just name this? There are about 3 players at Jurgen Klopp's time that became pillars in that team. I can name 3: Firmino, Mane, and Jordan Henderson. Am I wrong? Am I
No,
wrong?
Mane and
Mane-
Firmino were signings of Klopp. What we doing? Mane was his
Firmino
first
was
signing.
signed a year before Klopp.
Yeah, Firmino
Firmino a year before Klopp.
Firmino came
No,
in
but
2 months
Mane
before
wasn't
Klopp.
there though.
Okay. So Firmino only then.
sure.
We can say Firmino. So okay. So Jurgen Klopp, same as Arteta. My point about this is that to go back, we're going in circles trying to fight who started in a better place. But my point is Arteta did a fantastic job building the team. No one has ever told me, as Jamie asked the right question, and here's the question from Sean. Sean said, I think Sean said that, but to add to what Sean is saying is, when does the process stop?
It never stops.
Sean is right here, and I want.
No, I don't think you can use the
Can you
Bundesliga as a
respond?
blueprint. Seriously.
Can you
Why?
respond? Can you
I'm
respond to
saying
this?
if
I
you-
think
you're not comparing
I,
apples with
can I
apples here.
respect Sean? I think what Alonso is doing at Leverkusen is the blueprint, not finishing second twice with no trophies. The aim is to win. Can someone respond to that? Martin.
I just
No,
did.
I
think
agree.
that-
Sorry, I
Oh,
just
which
need to
Martin?
correct
Arsenal.
people.
Martin,
I need to correct
because
someone. I need to correct people because people are
Okay, because
not-
Xabi
I mean,
Alonso and
it's
Mikel
strenuous.
Arteta are like friends since they were like 2 years old, right? And Alonso just started managing, and he used a lot of Arteta's techniques, even Arteta's players, to make this Leverkusen team. He took Xhaka, who we turned into one of the best midfielders, and now he's just been dominating the Bundesliga. I don't think using Alonso is a blueprint. I mean, he's done very well. I'm not saying that he's a bad manager or anything. I'm saying that all the clubs in England are trying to copy what Arteta has built at Arsenal. From Man United to whoever they are, they're all trying to find their success. Chelsea are like stealing every target that Arteta is linked with. There's people out there that really just want to do what we've done, and they want to tear down what we've done and try and make it look like it's crap. I understand. It's a rival's job.
Can I just say the blueprint is Pep Guardiola? Can I just say that?
Well,
Because
Klopp is a blueprint of his own. Pep is a blueprint of his own. They do things in different ways. But if you can spend $2 billion,
Arteta.
it's a different blueprint to the people who have to spend $500 million.
Oh,
And
here
when
we
we
go.
talk about- and when- and
No
by the
one
way,
no
guys,
one- no one can copy Pep's
Not
blueprint
even
because
2 billion, but never mind.
Can we
Exaggerate.
just
all the
say
money in the
something?
world to get.
You
I
just
agree,
added
no
us for
one can do-
exaggerating an extra 100. You've just added. how
No
many
one
billions
can
to
do
that?
what
Everyone
Pep
does it to
man.
me. Everyone
No
makes
one-
up numbers for
Okay,
Arsenal.
but no one.
You don't like it,
Guys,
but you're doing it back now. So
Yeah, no one can do what
Don't
Pep
go
does.
with
No
it
one has the
then.
money
Guys,
that Pep does.
Don't you
And
get
no one
sensitive when
Messi.
people do it to you then?
Not
Come on now.
Can I
Play the game.
stop here? Okay, no one can do what Pep does. By the way, guy, no one can do.
No, but Mo, I just want to
You
give
know
some
what? Can
facts.
I finish
If you
the
can
sentence
spend
before you
400
come
million on
in?
defenders, yes, you can.
Martin,
If you can spend 400 million on just defenders, yes, you can do what Pep Guardiola does. Yes,
No.
you can. If
No.
you have
Sorry,
access to
400
what
million.
Pep Guardiola does,
400
yes,
million.
you can.
Name
Give
him then.
Jurgen Klopp. No, I'm sorry. Give Jurgen Klopp the financial backing that Pep Guardiola have and see what Jurgen Klopp would have done with Liverpool. Let's not stop being shallow. This guy,
Hang on,
after
no, stop.
and 100
Let's
million
be
on
shallow.
2 right
Let's
backs.
be shallow.
Get out of here,
No.
man. No one, bro. This whole everyone exaggerates this Pep Guardiola thing, bro. He spent so much money. It's
Yeah, because he
ridiculous.
hurts you. He upsets you. He cringes you because he's the fucking best. That's why. Deal with it. By the way, who has had the best net spend for the last 4 or 5 years in the Premier League? Oh, Manchester City.
Net spend because you sell
Manchester
kids from the
City.
academy for 20 million to Burnley. That's why. It's not net spend is the new phrase. Net spend is the new thing.
Burnley now.
Come on, man. It's
How
ridiculous.
many years had it been before Pep that they had won the league? It was 2 years, right? Or
Yeah.
3?
It was 1 year. It was just 1 year.
4
1
FA
year.
Cups.
1
1
year he
year?
didn't win it. The next year he won it.
And it was 20 years since Arsenal's won the league. There's a very different starting point. Pulling a big club out of the mud is something that Pep, I don't think, has had to do in his time because he's a privileged manager. He's very good at his job.
Martin, see, let's get this right. This is what I'm going to say. The year before Pep took over, where did Manchester City finish under Pellegrino?
5th or something? I don't know.
Fourth. Where did Pep finish in his first season, which
Third.
was established? 3rd. So let's not do this. He walked in.
See, this is the thing with Man City fans. They try
No,
to
but there's
force this
levels to
struggle.
mud here.
Guys, can we not interject each other? Can we finish the
We're
point?
being
People can hear us,
disingenuous.
please. All of us. We need to finish the point and respond to the point so we can have a conversation where people can understand what we're saying. Because I'm listening and I can't make up a word. So Martin was saying a statement. Can you finish it, Martin? Marty.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't think
Please do.
We have not had this world-class squad ready. De Bruyne and Sterling were bought by Pep, not by Pellegrini. Pep knew he was coming 6 months beforehand. De Bruyne, because De Bruyne, if you remember, Mo was linked to Bayern Munich under Pep Guardiola. The deal got stopped and he ended up at City, who again was going to be managed by Pep. Sterling came in, Pep signed him. So Pep did have some, but at the time, because this was like our first 11 in his opening game, we had Willie. This is in the starting 11, not the bench. We had Caballero in goal, Kolarov. We had bloody Bakary Sagna. John Stones had been signed by then. Give me that one. We did have 2 or 3 world-class players. Never denied that. At the time, Kevin De Bruyne wasn't world-class, by the way, because everyone was saying we'd spent 30 million over the top for him. If you ever remember, Thompson's comment, oh, he's a great player, but 60 million? No, what a joke. We were getting slated for spending that kind of money on KDB. So KDB wasn't the same KDB he is now. Got to remember that. 7 years ago, that wasn't the KDB. He had to earn that, and that's what he's done under Pep Guardiola. So, it's very, very different. We have Willie Caballero, like I said, Bakary Sagna at right back, John Stones, Alexander Kolarov, Gail Clichy was our back line. That was our back line. So we had to do it because our average age of our back line was about 50.
Can you say the rest of the team? Can I hear the rest of the team, please?
I've just said we had 2 or 3 because we had Silva and we had Aguero. Well, I've never denied that. I've just said KDB was in it, but he was not the KDB he was now. You're looking at KDB.
But can I counter that a little bit, Martin?
So you're being disingenuous.
You know the thing that bothers me.
We got
the thing that bothers me. Okay, we understand City are the best team in the world. They're this, they're that. But you know what bothers me about City fans? When they try to force this struggle thing, when they try to pretend that there was some sort of trenches there, in the last 10 years. Do you know what I'm trying to say? When they tried to pretend that David Silva,
no, because I don't do that because I know what the trenches were because I was there when we got beat.
This is what bothers me the most.
I know, no, you can be bothered all you want. I'm not that person to play the game with because I've had a season skip 34 years.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about. Don't take this personal. I'm saying in general.
I know what shit.
And the things we've had this conversation. I know you know the struggle.
He's talking about the last 10 years. Some City fans,
and I specifically said the last 10 years because I don't think
the City fans.
No, and that's why I specifically, because I know you've been a City fan for God knows how long. That's why I specifically said when City fans forced this struggle thing over the last 10, 12 years, because I don't think there's been struggle. Yeah, there's been down moments, but the lowest you finished was like 4th, right? And I just can't see struggle. I don't see it compared to Liverpool and Arsenal. I don't see
I don't
it.
think we need to get stuck in the weeds on this, because this is what happens is we let's go back and start to analyze and who had the hardest and whatever. The thing is, I think we need to take away this argument that Arteta is like bought his way to the point where there should be so much pressure on him that he should be sacked, right? Because everyone has to have this come up, right? If you started a new team tomorrow in the Premier League and you wanted to compete with Pep, you would have to spend probably over $1 billion in today's money to make a 25-man squad to do it, just in transfer fees. And there's also the wages. We're still operating with half as much wages as City and Liverpool right now, which is a big factor in how you draw this big talent into the club. So I just want people to stop using money.
You want to put my data's comment up. Just put my data's comment up. Might sting a little. Might sting a little for a few.
Can I just say, though, spending money is easy, right? Spending money is easy.
What does that say?
And putting a unit of
Let's
players.
spend.
That's gross.
That's not Arteta, though. That's
gross. No, but don't give me the money story when you've actually spent nearly the same amount.
No, but it's like idiots.
Game over, isn't it?
Spent $1 billion.
It don't matter how much you spend. You need that. The thing is, though, yeah, Pep spends a lot of money and he's privileged. Martin's not going to say he isn't. He is. We all know he is. But the difference is he coaches him to a world-class level. I don't remember anyone saying Ake was world-class before he went to City and coached at a level. John Stone's been coached at a level. He turned Aguero into a completely different striker and made him like the best striker in world football at the time. You can spend money. Spending money is the easiest thing to do in the world, but coaching players to the best of their level and keeping them happy and keeping them winning season in, season out is the hardest thing to do. And that's why Pep Guardiola is the best coach in world football right now.
That's my point. I think we're being a bit disingenuous on Pep here. I don't know if Mo Salah doesn't like Pep. Don't know if Pep's upset you somewhere, but it's like you've got a vendetta against Pep.
No. I promise I don't. Do you know what it is? It just comes from the fact where people act like, and what Jamie was saying is perfectly accurate. How he's transformed Kevin De Bruyne, for example, what he's done with Rodri. No one expected Rodri to be like this. You know what I'm trying to say? How he's coached some of these players, I think he's one of the 3 best coaches of all time. I'm not denying that whatsoever. It's just, this just comes from a place when you're trying to defend Arteta, you need to know what Arteta's up against. You feel me? And that's where my argument comes from. Whereas to say that Arteta had a much lower starting point to get to this. Like, Arteta had such a big gap to make up to even get to this level. And he's still nowhere near there because he doesn't have the players that Pep does. And he's still competing. That's all I'm trying to say.
There's so much context in there that gets lost, right?
And I go back to the same point. Where does Salad? So you're saying Arsenal fans should accept where they are now and keep building with Arteta until they win. So you are treating Arsenal as an okay club that is okay to be in the process.
I'm treating. The thing is, right? You need to have foresight. You need to understand where you are. You know what I'm trying to say? Arsenal are a big club, yes.
But when I said that, they told me, why don't you treat Arsenal like a big club? Arsenal fans told me that.
So what he's just done is he said,
That's
it, Martin. That's exactly what he said.
So
what you're doing is you are
grateful for what you've got.
This, but now we've got to treat Arsenal like little bro.
Exactly. Salah just told everyone that you have to accept where you are.
No,
and
that's why I don't accept it. Because Arsenal are not little bro. Arsenal are huge.
I'm saying, listen, and I don't know how many different ways you want me to say this. Arsenal are not Manchester City. Probably little bro every single team in the world for the last 4 or 5 years. They are the best team in the world. And to overcome that is going to take something special. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And if Arteta doesn't manage to do it, that doesn't mean you sack Arteta and find someone else. It just means Man City are still Man City. That's all it is.
No, I disagree.
Okay.
So many shows, and Mo, you know this. How many shows have I been on where everyone has said City are not the same City this season? I can name you 10. No, 1 minute. I can name you 10 players that we got told were a bag of crap and we're nowhere near City's level. Doku has been destroyed all season. Gavardio, up until 6 weeks ago, was an overrated fullback and should never have even been anywhere near. We were told we'd wasted our money. Kovacic and Nunes, even City fans Some City fans don't even get. So let's not play this like City in now this world. Listen, I'm the only one, and Mo, you're facts at this. I'm the only one for 12 months who said our squad was good. But everyone else was doing crisis videos, this crap video, City have lost this video, City aren't the same City, Pep Guardiola's finished. I can give you links to every single one. So let's not do this. This is where I kick back. And then when City fans do it,
can I quickly just respond to that?
World class again. Come on.
Can I quickly just respond to that? And Mo and Arsenal, Martin, you'll be my witness. And I've said this, and I was saying this the entire first half of the season on this particular show. I was like, even though City are not the same City, the gap between them and everyone else is so big that they're probably still going to win the Premier League. And that's how good Manchester City are. When I'm not winding people up, I still think the gap between them is so big because of what you said 30 minutes ago of having game changers. You have more of those that can win you games than they do. And you have the greatest coach in the world. That's all I'm saying. Even though City are not the same City, they're still so much better than everyone else. And they should be winning the treble this year. The fact that they're not is ridiculous.
Oh my God.
I'm saying I said it. I'm talking about me. I said this. I said City should be. I think City are still as good and still better than everyone else in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and
I haven't disrespected City during the season. And I think that there's Man City fans that have said that you stuffed up in the transfer window and that you didn't buy the players you wanted. And, you know, like Nunez and all that kind of stuff. Like people were dumping on them that were City fans. That I've got no interest in playing down Man City because it doesn't benefit me as an Arsenal fan to make them look weak.
You were trying to one City, you know, Arsenal had the best fullbacks, defence, midfield, the whole lot 3 months ago.
City and Arsenal?
No, you said Arsenal had the best midfield, best this, that, and the other.
Go check any tape. I've never said that any of our players were the best in the league. I put Odegaard in a team of the thing as a joke with a super chat. I wasn't even involved. They were laughing that Saka wasn't in the team. They were so excited that it was full of cucarellas and all these other joke men from Chelsea that they were so excited. And there was like one City man that got in, and there was one Arsenal player.
Yeah, this is what bugs me is.
Can I ask?
I'm a City fan who doesn't forget. I don't forget. I know what's been said. Mo knows exactly what's
on the fridge,
said.
bro.
Mo knows exactly
on
what's
the
been
fridge,
said.
bro.
And this is what I mean. This is why I've gone arrogant in the last week, because I knew all this was coming. Mo, right or wrong, what was being said 4 months ago? Do not be this. Do not change what you.
I think, Martin, you watch my channel a lot, and you're taking what I say.
No.
Arsenal fans say.
No, let's go to the terrace. Let's go to the terrace and what was being said.
Which is me as well. I'm everywhere.
Mark Goldbridge. Mark Goldbridge was doing. Mr. Goldfish, Nottingham Forest boy, was telling everyone City were in crisis and we were a bag of shit. Come on.
That's not me. That's not Arsenal fans.
Mo Salah has to go, and we're still continuing this. Mo Salah, go ahead.
No, we're not sensitive. We keep receipts. That's what we're not
ask,
taking the slander no more. We're going to back our club. We ain't taking the slander no more. It ends. This City slander ends.
See, the thing is, Martin, you're one of the very few City fans I'll accept that from. You know why? Because like you've been there. You feel me? You think Hamza can talk shit to me and I'll listen to him? Impossible.
No,
you think any of these new City fans I'll listen to him?
Chucked into the equation.
Hey, listen, no. The thing is,
the thing is, trigger you all.
No. You just did the same thing to us. You said that we do all the same things. It's like
no. Martin, let me explain to you. The thing is, yeah, Hamza represents the new school City fans, right? That's what I'm saying. If someone like you, I'll sit here and listen to you and I have a genuine
discussion. Hamza, of course. Before we just,
I love Hamza, by the way. He's on my space.
Yeah. Okay. So can I ask you guys a question real quick before I go, because I need to leave soon. Mo and Man City Martin, really quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
How many of this Arsenal team get into this Man City team this year?
This Arsenal team?
Yeah, how many of this Arsenal team?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you, and you will be surprised. Can I tell you? My okay? No, let Martin say first, and then I'm gonna go because this will absolutely rattle.
I'm interested to hear.
Go ahead.
3 or 4.
Can I name names?
So that's Gabriel. You're basing this on this season, right?
Yeah, this season only.
You've got to tell us who they replaced too, like
Gabriel and Saliba.
Tell me who they replace as well.
Gabriel and Saliba replaced both our centre backs this season.
Okay.
As well.
That's fair.
Rice would replace Kovacic.
Okay.
See them exactly what Pep wanted in the summer.
Okay. Okay.
No, I thought he
Exactly
didn't
what
want
Pep
to.
wanted in the summer.
Okay.
And-
Okay. Carry on.
And I'm Saka.
Over Bernardo Silva.
Share that role with.
Okay. So
Okay,
that's
let me name
three-
based on
three and a half.
Man City's
Yeah,
formation.
but I know 3.5. But
Okay,
4,
Do you
yeah.
want to do Man City's formation or Arsenal's formation?
now let's say shameless judge Mo. Go on, bro. Chat to me.
Do you want to do Arsenal's formation or Man City's formation?
Whichever
Okay,
formation
Man
you want.
City's
Pick it.
formation. Kyle Walker replaced by Ben White this season. Gabriel and Saliba, both of them replaced the two center backs of them.
Okay.
David Raya replaces Ederson for me, in my
Whoa.
opinion. David Raya replaces Ederson for me.
Oh, that's new. I've
Bro,
never
if
heard
Man
David
City,
Raya
okay,
talk
I can explain it. Simple. Man City fans don't get triggered. I have sat with a lot of City fans who are telling me that Ortega is a better shot stopper than Ederson, and Ederson plays over Ortega because he's way superior in ball distribution. David Raya is a mix of both. He's very good in crosses and everything, and he actually can distribute the ball.
How many goals has David Raya messed up because of his distribution? Stop playing that. Come on.
David Raya's distribution is very good.
I'm not even asking. Okay.
Can I finish? I haven't finished.
Yeah. Finish.
I haven't
Let's.
finished. I'm
Okay,
not
Mo,
done.
I don't want to hear a
I'm
think.
not done.
I don't want to hear a think
I am
piece
not
about
done.
goalkeepers.
I'm not done.
Go outfield. Tell me how
I
to
am
get.
not
Okay.
done.
So all
Declan
three
Rice-
defenders. Okay.
Declan Rice plays in the middle. Him, Rodri.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Kevin De Bruyne
On the bench.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. Just give me a second. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Kevin De Bruyne. You play
Okay.
3 in the middle. Are you playing 3 in the middle, right?
No, he played
It
2
is
6.
4. 2 6s. Declan Rice and Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, and
Mhm.
Martin Odegaard on the right side. I will take
Over
Foden.
Foden.
Foden on the right side. Okay. Foden on the
Okay.
right side.
Okay.
I would do right on the right side. Foden on the right side comes inside because I'm playing Ben White wing back. This is what I would do. And Haaland up top.
Ben White can't play wing back.
Who's left wing?
Ben White is better offensively than Kyle Walker.
Sorry, and who's left wing?
I don't think they play with left wing.
I think you ran out of players.
Well,
They
they play Alvarez a lot, don't they? So
They play.
Okay, so
you ran
so you think-
out of people.
I'd have Trossard over
Okay,
Alvarez.
The only-
so you think
And if we change in the formation a little bit, it's gonna be Gavardiol, and then you have to take one of the center backs or something.
The point is that there's less Arsenal players than Man City
based
players,
on,
right?
based on you,
I
That's
thought I was
about
being quite generous, and then everyone's like, "Now kick out the City team."
okay.
out here."
So Mo, let me carry on to where I was going. So you gave me about 5 players that get in to Man City's team.
This season, yes.
Yeah, and then now go on to the bench and stick at Julian Alvarez that's coming on, then Doku that's coming on, then Grealish that's coming on, and then you think this Arsenal team should be winning the Premier League over this?
Grealish,
1, 2, 3,
Jesus.
4,
You
5,
know that film Candyman.
6.
That's what
The starting lineup that started against Spurs, Ederson, I would replace him with Raya, but it's 50-50. So let's put it 50-50.
First time I've ever heard this, right?
Let's
Just
put
do
it
outfield
50-50.
players, man.
I am
Just do
not. By the
outfield
way,
players.
I have never. By the way, Martin, I have never been an
Oh
Ederson
my
fan.
god, why are we spending
I'm
so
No, I
much
know,
time on
but for
goalkeepers?
most of the season,
Okay,
I
hold
have
on.
here.
Okay, hold
I
on.
have
The
here-
lineup,
My
guys.
apologies.
Can I say the lineup? Can I say the lineup? Right, just give me a second.
Go on.
I know what he's gonna
Walker
do.
been replaced by Ben White. Diaz and Akanji both replaced by Gabriel and Saliba. Gavardiol keeps his place. Kovacic replaced by
Okay.
Declan Rice. Kevin De Bruyne keeps his place. Foden keeps his place. Rodri keeps his place. Haaland keeps his place. Bernardo Silva is going to be replaced by Martin Odegaard because they don't play with wingers. So at the end, I replaced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 outfield players. So it's a 50-50 for me. And that's not even
fine.
outrageous.
Okay.
Why is that
That's fine.
outrageous?
That's fine. I didn't say
Most
that's
of the
outrageous. Are you
season- Let
deaf?
me just say this,
I said-
Salah, before you jump in.
The point
Just a
I'm
minute.
trying to get to is even and then you go onto the bench and you look at the firepower that Man City can bring on, and then you factor in the fact that they have the best coach in the world, and you still think Arteta should be winning the Premier League.
Okay, no, I never said Arteta should be winning the Premier League.
Are we
All
still
I
on the
said-
Arteta
By the
point?
way,
Jesus,
and for the
we've moved
people,
on.
for the people that say that Mo, you change your
There is
opinion.
no other point. It's just
I
the Arteta
haven't
point. Is
changed
that-
my
No, it's changed.
opinion at all. By the way, I haven't changed my opinion at all. I changed my opinion on 2 players over the course of the season, and I admit that because they proved me wrong. Which is Jasko Gavardiol proved me wrong, and Martin Odegaard. These are the two
What about
players
Havertz?
that
What about Raya?
I can't replace Haaland with Havertz.
No, I know, but you changed your opinion on them, right? Because people were telling me at the start
When
of
I'm
the season
talking about
that
replacing,
Havertz was going to
because
ruin
people ask
Arsenal.
Yes.
Let me finish. Let me finish. People were telling me that Havertz was going to ruin Arsenal and that David Raya and Ramsdale existing in the same team was going to destroy the team heart. Like, you can come at the end of the season and say, oh, well, now it's more Arsenal players than this, like, 11, joint 11.
Yes.
It's like, it's bullshit. None of these players are expected to be there. Raya is not expected to be there. He just came from Brentford on loan for $3 million. Like, he's not replacing Edison in that.
If I'm going to be honest, Ortega's better than Ryan, in my opinion.
See, there you go. He thinks his backup's better than Alpha.
Better than Ederson, then Martin, as a
Do I
goalkeeper.
think what?
No, because Edison is perfect for our style.
Okay, so Ederson is a better shot stopper or no?
Ortega's probably Edison's not a bad shot stopper.
He's not bad, but I don't.
Look at the save he did against your lot in the Champions League final.
Is he Ortega's level? Is he Ortega's level as shot stopper? Say yes.
I'd probably say they're the same.
Close. Same.
No, my honest view is
okay. I don't know where Mo Salah. I don't know why you ask all these questions, and I get your point about Arteta and everything. But I want you to keep telling Arsenal fans you should accept where you are. You aren't that club yet. By the way, you should accept second place to Pep. It's fine. Keep doing that, bro. Keep doing it. But when I do it, I'm the fucking villain, bro. When I fucking do it, I'm the fucking villain who told Arsenal fans with your fucking daddy, right? I'm the one, bro. The problem is when I told Arsenal this, I got accused of being why do you little bro us?
So no, I've got one question. I
don't know what happened over the last couple of months when Mo became this shameless Arsenal troll account. But I
am not.
He's been wearing Arsenal shirts for 3 months.
You are a shameless human being who goes around in circles, and there's no way to win with you. Because if I say this, you're gonna say this, and you twist things. But
I swear to God, my uncle told me this when I was 11 years old.
You sound like Hamza now. What did your uncle do?
I always argue your points back. My point about this is that I believe Arteta should stay, right? But I need someone to stop telling Arsenal fans you should accept where you are. You should always demand more. Always.
Aren't we demanding more every year, though? Like, that is the thing. If we regress second, if he doesn't keep progressing...
Can I just say, I want to go back to
Never stop.
Jamie made a very good
Never
point.
stop. It doesn't matter if you... Mo Salah has to go. See you.
Thank you, guys.
For me, Jamie made
Before you go on, can I do these super chats, Martin?
Yeah,
is that allowed to do African Cup? Because it's related. Sure. We need to stop that narrative that City is the best in the world. Only won UEFA Champions League. Again, Arsenal is the third most successful team in England behind Liverpool. Does anybody agree with that? Even if Man City does a 4-peat and double-digits league title and a treble?
So hang on a minute. So Arsenal being good 20, 30 years ago means that City aren't the best in the world right now. That's what that super chat is saying.
People just rearrange it however they want to make whatever.
That's what that super chat has just done. That super chat has just said, because City were not there 20 years ago. Now, I can go all the way back to 1904 when we won an FA Cup before Arsenal. What we doing here? This is what I mean. Where are we going here?
People say that we're a tiny team because we haven't won the UCL, and they'll say that we're just crap, and then they'll turn it around and say you're the biggest team in England. It's
you know what, Mo? There'll be teams, there will be fans in 10 years that say United are a bag of shit, and they've been a bag of shit.
I swear, Martin, I keep telling people this, Martin, and they don't believe.
That will come in.
Always gonna be the same.
I think they're a bag of shit right now.
No, exactly. No, but that's the right. Now they're a bag of shit.
Can I do the next? Blaze. I've always asked. Let's do this. I've always asked this. Forget the leagues and focus only all Arteta's cup runs in 4 years, and then base your argument to why he should stay at a big club. Martin, Arsenal. That's a question to you.
Cup runs. Okay, how do you... Okay, Arteta did a cup run. He took Emery's team and he made us play back five and Inshallah and counter-attack with Aubameyang, and we scraped our way to an FA Cup, which was a great achievement. But to win leagues while you're going for a title requires a squad the scale and the quality of Man City or Liverpool, who have the ability to rotate players but not drop the level of their play. If we rotate our players, we drop. and then we get knocked out, and people say, well, what are you doing getting knocked out of the cups? And it's like, well, do you want players to be fit at the end of the season or not? So for us to like win cups this season, there's no excuses for us not to. We should be in. We've had those years of rebuild and whatever, but when we've played in the Europa League and we've got Saliba injured, and then we've lost the league because we don't have Saliba, what do you want me to do about that? We don't have the team to focus on everything. We have to pick one battle at the moment, and then now there's no excuses anymore.
Yeah, guys, over 600 people here. I really want to reach 400 likes live on the stream, guys. 400 likes. The boxing is about to happen. Guys, hit that like button before we go. Sean is coming back and says, I don't think they realize how disrespectful they sound to us Arsenal fans when they talk like we aren't a big club. I will never accept that. That's the whole point.
I think Sean is being disingenuous because we haven't been a big club for a long time.
Martin, can I say something? Do you know, I swear, and I'm going to say something I never said before since I've done content for 3 years. I don't know how to treat this situation with Arteta. I genuinely don't. Do you know why? Because he's doing a great job in coaching a team, and he's doing a very, very good job. And he lost on a small margins this season. A decision here, a decision there could have swung the title, or a player putting the ball in the back of the net here for City or Arsenal, right? But at the end, it went to Man City, and it's going to go to Man City. But in the same time, I don't have the... You're muted.
No, I'm just saying fingers crossed.
Okay.
He's whispering to not anger the football gods.
But in the same time, I get what Sean is saying. What is the point? Like, should we sit here forever and say, like Liverpool fans, keep Jurgen Klopp, keep Jurgen Klopp, until when? Until when does
what
it
people
stop?
like Sean P don't understand is that we were in a big club by name only for the last 20 years.
Sean, that's your, can I wait, because this is what Martin is about to say is very important. I want you to explain the situation from your point of view, the one that keeps saying keep Arteta in as long as he's making progress. Because this, what you were about to say, guys, this is very important what Martin is about to say now. Go ahead.
There's people that act like we were, winning Champions Leagues and leagues like a couple of years ago before Arteta arrived, and it's not true. We went through the longest, most painful downward spiral of any big club in world football, except for the ones that got busted for like paying referees. We've done it to ourselves. And anyone who thinks that we're this massive club just because of 20 years ago and Invincibles, you're living in a dreamland. We have to earn our way back to the top, and we're doing that right now. And it's not about Pep. It's about what we can do to reenact our history. We can go invincible again next year. We could do crazy stuff if we put our minds to it and just focus on winning every game. So, look, at this point, we're a harmonious unit. We're a family that is successful, and we're getting better every year. If we're not getting better, sack him. Go get Allegri or Ancelotti or whoever you want. Satisfy whatever Zidane fantasy you have about him coming in and making Arsenal the best club in the world. But we have no data to suggest anyone but Arteta will do that for us next season. And then, look, go nuts. At the end of next season, if we win nothing, I'll be saying sack him too.
By the way, I do fully agree. At one point, you said the worst, the longest, downtrend going. I think we've got that mantle, mate, all the way down to League One. I think we've got that little bit of a mantle from being a big club.
Yeah, you went the other way while we went down, and while Chelsea went up,
we went down. way down. This is why when United fans tell me 7th is a crisis, I laugh at them.
Blaze is saying, does United have the best squad for making 2 finals in 2 years?
That's my issue with this Arteta thing. Do I think they should sack him? No. But that's where Jamie made an absolute spot on point earlier. While Liverpool were not winning the title, they were still winning trophies.
3 Champions League finals as well.
Yeah, they were still.
That's a massive thing.
No, Martin, I'm just saying, the problem with Arteta is he puts all his eggs into the Premier League basket. Everything goes to that one basket. And what that does is, to me, I think he does need to take these cups more seriously.
Can I give you a counterpoint about Manchester United? Remember then they won the Carabao Cup and then all their players got injured and then they finished like 30 points behind us? You can focus on a cup like that, but you can't do well in the league at the same time unless you've got everything right about your club.
Cup is success. It goes on your CV.
Yes, but
don't go to the cup.
That's why you can't get in the Champions League. That's why you can't, get in the Europa League. I mean, where are Manchester United? Are they even going to be in Europe this year? And they're like bragging about getting to another final.
They might get Europa Conference.
They have to get.
I accept that, but they could have a trophy parade, whereas you can't. And what do
I
the
know,
fans
but, like,
enjoy? The thing is, I
At
keep
this
saying,
point, a small
player
trophy
can't
will
score.
not satisfy this fan base. A Carabao Cup or an FA
then-
Cup will
then-
not
then-
keep
then
us
this
better
is
in
Don't
the
call
job.
it small. Martin is gonna flip now.
No, not but in your fan base, this is what happens. Your fan base then are basically saying top trophy or bust.
That's
Then
what they
then
want.
he's
That's
going
what
to
they
fail.
want.
Then he's going to fail.
I
And
don't know
that's
what to
on
tell
your
you.
fans for doing that.
We already have the most FA Cups. People don't care about FA Cups anymore at Arsenal. And Carabao Cups, we've never cared about them. So I don't know what you want us to do. We can't change
Can I,
our DNA.
There is a super chat that
That's
I
a
want
poor
Martin. I
DNA,
want Martin to
that's
respond
really
to.
poor
DJ
DNA.
Yanda say, thank you so much. This is your first super chat on the channel. I haven't seen you before here, so thank you so much. I really appreciate you, buddy, for the support and getting involved in the conversation. I think it's your first super chat on a live stream. Thank you so much. Fernandinho, Company, Aguero, Silva, Yaya Toure, KDB, Sterling. This is what Pep found at Man City. Him not playing Yaya Toure was his choice, but he was world class. KDB was 24 at that time. Just to let you the difference, I actually think KDB won Germany's Bundesliga's Player of the Year before he joined Man City. You
He did,
had,
but Mo, we still got laughed at for spending 60 million on him.
yeah, but he was a fantastic. But you have to admit that he was a
He
fantastic.
wasn't
player.
world class. He
But
wasn't
that's
world
a
class.
respond to Martin. Can we just establish something? You agree that Arsenal started from a way lower point than Man
Yeah.
City?
No,
Okay.
by the way, just
So we agree on this. So we agree on this, right?
Yeah, I said there was three. I said we had three, which was the Aguero, the Company, the Silva. Yaya Toure had gone past his best at that point. Every City fan will say that. That's why Pep sent him out. Fernandinho had only just come in from Shakhtar Donetsk.
Did you sell
Again,
any of these players, or did they just go on a free? Like, because we had
Yaya
to, we
left
had
on
to
a free.
pay,
Yaya left on a free.
we had
Yaya,
to pay Aubameyang to leave. We had to pay Ozil to leave. We had to pay, like, we couldn't even give them away.
no, they
what I'm
all
saying.
left. They all left. In fact, no, in fact, Pat and Sterling, they all left on freeze.
Right.
Anyway, thank you so much. I wanted to shift a little bit, to, if you have time, to Liverpool. Rebuild Liverpool. What is that? What is that about? What is that about? What is that? What is that
Liverpool-
rebuild? What is that?
Liverpool-
What was that about? Give the
Liverpool
manager
don't-
2 years. What is that about, Jamie?
Liverpool don't need to rebuild anything. I hate all this rebuild shit. It's look, Liverpool got a good team there. They got essence of a good squad there. I just feel like Liverpool need a few holes in the puzzle to be filled. That's all.
So does that mean you sack him if he doesn't win straight away because you don't need a rebuild?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I,
So one season.
look,
Hold on. What?
Look, I'm in for winning stuff, guys. I'm not manager FC.
Okay.
I'm not owner FC. I'm a Liverpool fan, and Liverpool need to win stuff. We're not what top 5 biggest teams in world football. Let's get it right. Liverpool need to win things. I've got no
That's the
time.
difference, Martin.
I've got
They
no
don't care
time.
if it's a League Cup. They win it.
No, but he's saying he doesn't need a rebuild. If you're going to do a rebuild and then you have to like get rid of everyone and then start again, then
We're
But
not
Jamie's not
rebuilding.
saying it's Premier League or bust.
yeah. So I'm
League
saying
Cup,
if there's
FA
no
Cup,
rebuild,
whatever. Winning
Go
Liverpool's
straight for
aim,
it.
Liverpool's aim at the beginning of the season should be Premier League every year. If you don't win it, it's failure. It's simple as that. Because that's the size of the club we are. We're almost like, Man United and Liverpool, the 2 biggest clubs in this country, and probably always will be for the history they got and the history they still have. And it's failure if they don't get their objectives. It just is. It's like everyone's saying this guy, I've been a fan since 95, this guy's clueless. What do you want, my friend? Like, what do you want? We finished 3rd this year with a very good team. We got good players. Do you want them all to go and we just uproot and start again? Or do you just want to add to what we got?
well, they've got to play slot ball, right? So whatever, is it going to be the same?
Whatever
slot
that
ball?
is, bro. Whatever that is.
Well, the way Slot sets up and plays is not too dissimilar to the way Jurgen Klopp plays. So it's not going to be a bit massive upheaval on the players when he comes in. Liverpool, you got to win things. You got to win trophies. That's the whole point.
That was not the mentality when I started watching football in the 90s and 2000s and early 2000s.
He's going back to Roy Evans.
By the way, that wasn't the aim. You're
I've
saying
been a
that
Liverpool
now
fan
because
since
of what
89.
Jurgen Klopp did.
No, I've been a Liverpool fan since 1989. Yeah, I've been.
Okay, I'm younger than you a little bit, Jimmy. But I started watching the Premier League, to be honest with you, in the 90s. Like Liverpool was.
Yes, they did win. Gerard Houllier won a shitload.
Yeah,
Never
but
won
in
the
the
big one,
90s,
but
they
they
weren't
won
challenging for the Premier League as much.
No, we
You-
were fell
But
well
they won
behind.
FA
for the
Cups. They
Premier-
won.
The reason Liverpool fell well behind in the 90s is because when the
Yes.
Premier League started, Liverpool kept the old boot room thing and kept everything in house, and they got left behind Premier League wise. They made bad appointments, bad business decisions, and then it pretty much took till Gerard Houllier came to Liverpool and sorted Liverpool out a little bit, and then Liverpool started doing better, and then obviously Benitez and then Klopp.
Rafa.
And there's been success, but Liverpool have a thing in history. You're there to win things. We're not there to be second place. I don't like being second place. I don't understand what's wrong with that. Some Liverpool fans might be happy being in second place all the time. I'm not. I want to be a winner. And, Klopp's done amazing, but the last 2 seasons haven't been, I wouldn't say, the greatest under Jurgen. And look, he's
How
leaving.
did you survive from 90 until 2019?
And I survived. Fortunately,
how did you survive?
Fortunately, the internet weren't like it is now, Mo. So it was it was a little bit easier.
But you finished second twice, 3 times, actually.
Yeah, we finished. I think we finished
3
second.
times. You finished second 3 times only.
Man United and Arsenal, I
But they
believe.
won trophies still, Mo.
But yeah, won FA Cups and League Cups and UEFA Cup at the time, which was difficult to win. Champions League in 2005. So Liverpool have always won things. But yeah, like next season coming up, yeah, it's not like we've got a shit side. I've still got Alisson, I've still got Virgil, I've still got Trent, I've still got Salah, who will probably still be there. Luis Diaz is as well. I've got McAllister's who's only going to get better. Szoboszlai's. I've got players. I just need to add to it. I need quality.
Does anybody think? Yeah, go ahead.
What I don't want is like progress players that might be good in 3 years. I want winners. I want us to go and get winners in this season, because you've got to give also the new manager the best chance, the best starting block that he can possibly have. You've got to come in and go, right, this is the
anybody here.
We'll go get you.
Do you think Jurgen Klopp this season underachieved a little bit?
Right. If you go from the beginning of the season,
no, big. By the way, context,
no, I'm gonna go through the whole.
We can't. You know why we can't go to the beginning of the season? Because that gives Arsenal leeway of last season. Because Arsenal last season's goal was to make top 4, and they did in game week 27.
Yeah,
they already made top 4. By the way,
and this
easy on Arsenal fans.
And this season, Arsenal's goal was to win the Premier League because of where they finished.
But my point is, we cannot say in the beginning of the season Liverpool
we underachieved
top 4 because during the course of the season, context changed, circumstances.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We underachieved from where we were. So at the beginning of the season, where we finished last year and how we finished up, and then buying a whole new field in the summer, I was happy just get the top 4 again, get Champions League again, because you don't want to be in that Europa League. Get back to where we should be and build from there. But as the season goes on,
think that last season was an anomaly?
It may be, but it's happened. And then as your context goes on, the season goes on, your context changes, and where we were to where we finished is underachieving. Because we were right up there. And we fell off. Simple as that.
Klopp should have waited till the end of the season.
We're top of the league quite a lot of the season. Winning game after game after game.
Guys, they lost to Crystal Palace, guys. At home.
And then we fell away. The last 8 weeks.
They lost to the Crystal Palace. But the problem, Martin, the difference between Liverpool and Man City, they lost in crunch time. Home against Crystal Palace. You were able to recover. You draw against Palace. You were able to recover later. There was no recovery from that Crystal Palace loss. It was gone. No. The game was over. Liverpool fans knew. We're done, bro. We're done out here.
Liverpool's major issue this year, and like last year, was the injuries. We haven't coped with injuries. Our injuries were terrible. If you look at I think Man City only had 16 injuries, and Arsenal like 20 injuries, didn't they? And that's why you two are the freshest going to the end of the season.
Yeah, but our 16 injuries are worse because we've only got a 22-man squad.
Yeah,
That's why ours became a lot bloody worse.
You got the best players though. So
I love how people are talking about injuries this season, but not last season when we bottled the league worse than anyone else when we lost our best player, like our best defenders. Everyone wants context when it's for their team, but not for.
You've got bigger fish to fry. Calm down now, man.
Accuse us of
Bigger
only
fish
talking
to
about
fry.
Arsenal, but then everything you bring it back to Arsenal, yeah.
Because I want everyone to be treated with the same sticks that I've been beaten with.
Martin, you will always get that until you change mentalities. What you said 10 minutes ago.
You're still mad I said the Carabao Cup is crap. I'm sorry. It's 400k prize money. It doesn't even give you any Europe.
You will always get bantered because
I'm sure the only one who put value in that League Cup. Do you remember that before
the team that's won jack shit
everyone said it was
years, you need to take every trophy. That is an elite, arrogant attitude. Like you've got some damn right.
It's not me. I'm just saying the manager has to win a major to keep his job. He can't win a Carabao to keep his job.
No, sorry. But what you are jumping like you are acting like you're 3 steps ahead than where you are.
The only thing that'll save this manager is a Premier League or a Champions League title.
Then never moan at your fan base being called arrogant ever again. Because that's why you get called arrogant.
I'm not being arrogant. I'm not the one that wants to sack him. This is the standard
the Carabao's
FC is setting for my own club.
The Carabao's crap.
Look, I don't rate the Carabao. I rate the FA Cup. I think the FA Cup's a beautiful cup, but Mo tells me it's useless. Everyone's got different opinions on cups. But only a major will save Arteta. That's not my rules. That's Standards FC. That's Northside. That's League Gunner. That's whoever hates him since day one. And if anyone's trying to make a new project.
Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, and all these managers take the League Cup serious. And Klopp.
You can have your better season than Arsenal trophy. Like Liverpool fans are going everywhere saying that they have a better season than us, even though they bottled the league title.
Do you want my opinion? Do you want to know my opinion? What it is?
I already know your opinion.
No, I think
why are we going back to Arsenal?
No, I think the 20 years Arsenal. I think Arsenal fans, some of them, have been brainwashed into fourth a trophy. You got brainwashed into fourth place as a trophy, and that's
no one's saying that. We didn't even notice it when we qualified for Champions League this year. No one even made a sound about it. We don't care about top 4 anymore. We're moving on.
Talking about making a sound of it.
Guys, can I go back?
Yeah, it's what I was going to say. Talking about sound of it. Yeah. Do you know what's the mad thing? Obviously, it's the final day of the season tomorrow, and there's more spotlight on Liverpool's last game with Klopp than the actual title deciding game.
Because
it's mad. No, it's mad. But Liverpool Wolves is actually on Sky Sports Premier League, which is the main channel, and the City game or the Arsenal game is not.
No, the City game's on 501. That's the main one. 401. That's the main one.
It's just mad to me. I just think it's mad. Like all Sky Sports' press has been about Klopp and Liverpool. All the social media is about Klopp and Liverpool, and we got a game where the title ain't even decided yet.
No, but everyone thinks it's over. Plus, Klopp love affair with the media is a huge thing. It's always existed. Everyone loves Klopp in the media.
Liverpool huge as well.
Watch this. So according to measures only, London is blue then.
London is well blue. Everyone knows.
I don't know. If you're asking a kid that's under 20 years old, he'll say London is blue. Anyone with a longer memory will probably disagree.
Blaze, I disagree with you for one reason. 13 league titles versus 6. That's a big margin though.
But they don't want to talk about
that. Two European titles.
Yeah, but 6 for 13. That's a lot though.
14
FA Cups. That's a lot though.
Oh, but FA Cups don't matter. We just heard that.
So, no, I didn't say that. I just said they can't save his job.
Don't matter.
No, I understand.
It can save his job. It can. By the way, Martin, it cannot save his job. I agree with that. I agree. It cannot save the job. However, my point with Martin Arsenal is, if we're gonna make this regular show, we have to come up with different names. Our point.
I'll be arrogant, Martin, and he can be humble, Martin. How's that sound?
I can be 4 Pete Martin.
There you go.
It can be Process Martin and 4 Pete Martin and Process Martin. Progress Martin and 4 Pete Martin. Okay,
I don't know because Martin's great.
No.
because
I'm
10
gonna
minutes
ask
ago it wasn't
Martin.
him, and now it's the
Martin.
Arsenal fans, and now it's him. I
Martin,
don't
I'm
know.
gonna tell you
Martin's
something.
flopped in this show.
In
I
your
love it.
response to Sean, you told him we were a big club before. We should actually take the process in, enjoy it, and wait and enjoy the progress, right? That's what not a big club at the current moment is. But what it's not a big club now does win FA Cups and Europa Leagues and Carabao Cups to increase the trophy cabinet to build for within the Premier League. If you consider yourself, if you're Chelsea now, Chelsea would tell you, screw that Carabao Cup and FA Cup. We want to win the Champions League of the Premier League. They're wrong. But if you ask Man City fan tomorrow, some of them, they care about the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. But they're now winning Premier Leagues, they're reaching Champions Leagues. But you aren't. But you.
Chelsea won the Champions League a few years ago. We've never won a Champions League.
But my point, Martin, is
it's different things.
You tell me that Arsenal should accept where they are, but at the same time, you're telling me the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup are not important.
They're not. They're not important to the people that want to sack him. I love the FA Cup. Some of my best memories as a childhood would be 3 a.m. in Australia watching FA Cup with mates when, some are Man U and some are Arsenal. I can remember those nights for the rest of my life. But I can't say the same about the Carabao Cup because before Pep came, everyone treated it like crap. Wenger played his kids in that thing until the final. So it's just never had that major thing to me. But the people that want Arteta sacked, who have wanted him sacked since day one, who I've been fighting for 4.5 years, will tell you that nothing but a major will save his job. But even if he wins the Premier League, they'll move the goalposts and say, well, he's got to win 2 in a row, or I want Zidane, or maybe he's won the Champions League, go win another one, right? Like the job never stops. But understanding how hard it is involves looking at the history and saying, okay, we've been terrible, not just normal club terrible, like terrible. We've been the banter club. And now we're trying to get rid of the banter club mantle and fix the mentality of the players and the fans. It's a lot to do. So I think those things take time.
I think it's an age thing for me because, and I've always said it. And
Martin's older than you.
No. But my point is, any trophy is a trophy for me. Any trophy, you celebrate it. And for me, it's personal because you never know when the next one's around the corner. You never know when it's there. You celebrate.
I don't want to belittle it for other clubs. I'm saying just for this situation, specific to Arteta, it's useless
to have that mentality. That's the point. And then you go, but then you have said, why do Arsenal fans get this arrogant banter stuff? This is why.
No,
you don't get it.
They get it for another reason. They get it for going after other players.
You haven't earned the right to be this arrogant.
I can't get excited about a small trophy if it's not going to change the future of my club.
If that's the case, you need to sack Arteta because in 4.5 years he's failed at what he's done. Then
I don't know.
Anyway, we gotta end it. We have to end it here.
Your mentality is to sack Arteta then because he's.
I want to win the biggest trophies, not Mickey Mouse trophies. It's not arrogant. It's trying to be a big club again.
Anyway.
Oh,
we can actually discuss this after the season is done, and I know Martin is you're gonna be away for a bit, right? For a bit.
I'm going away next week. I can't wait. I just want to go and have a bleeding ass football.
Yes.
I'll be here.
Last word about Jamie. I want to ask you just last question before we end. Are you gonna miss Jurgen Klopp?
Yeah, for a while, and then till next season, and then next season kicks on. You got to start on a positive thought.
All right. Anyway, listen, I want to appreciate everybody that super chatted us, supported us the Mancunian way. The channel is in the description. Tomorrow they're gonna do the review at 10:30. But Martin is on the channel at 8:30 UK time. Am I wrong? You are.
Me?
Martin City.
Yes, as soon as I get back from the 8-yard.
8:30 tomorrow.
We're going drinking in Manchester tomorrow. Ancoat Square, then over to Mary D's, then into the stadium. Say our goodbyes to Bernardo with our Portuguese flags. Hopefully see a title left, which I will get videos for, and then I'm on here at half-8.
Guys, let's get to 400 likes.
Wait. Can I ask Jamie a question quickly? Who do you want to win tomorrow? The league.
And that's it for tonight.
Wow.
I know I've got one last thing, Jen. Are you going to cry tomorrow? Because I will
No.
cry when Pep leaves. I will cry.
No, man.
Jamie's not that guy.
No,
That
Jamie,
city
no.
pool thing going right to the
Jamie
last day,
isn't that guy.
They're
Anyway,
arrogant.
big up,
They're
big
not
up,
arrogant.
big
Oh
up
my God.
No,
everybody.
they are. They are. I'll give you that.
Big up
They are.
everybody that is here. Stay here. It will take you to HUSAM's stream. He's doing a call-in show. You can call in. The link is there. You can call in and argue with him if you want. And I'm doing MHF in about 2 hours. And we'll see you guys soon. We're out of here, people. Thank you so much. Like the video before you go. Like the video.
Frauds.